Part 1. The Echoes of Aether. The metallic hum of the Aetherfall reverberated through my bones as I piloted the freighter through the dense, interstellar smog that plastered itself against the viewport. The vastness of space is intoxicating, a sea of darkness framed by the twinkling specks of far-off suns. There's a certain romance to it, a dance with eternity that never loses its edge. I felt it in my fingertips, guiding the ship with a deft touch honed through years of charting the uncharted. The console flickered briefly, a gentle reminder of the patched-up state of my beloved vessel. Aetherfall was a beauty in her own right, an aging freighter with curves that spoke to an era when craftsmanship meant something. I'd grown accustomed to her quirks, including the occasional need to persuade the life support into proper function with a solid thump. Lucky we don't breathe much, huh? I quipped, glancing at the holographic companion that hovered beside the controls. Birk, a fusion of artificial intelligence and sarcasm, flickered with an ethereal glow, a digital jest that accompanied me through the void. I've calculated that with the current oxygen levels and your talking habits, we have about 3 hours before you're talking to yourself. Birk replied with dry amusement. The view ahead shifted, revealing the first of the day's wonders. The orbital graveyard of a forgotten civilization. It was mesmerizing. Colossal rings of derelict ships and shattered satellites floated in perfect harmony around a long-dead planet, their surfaces glinting like diamonds in the starlight. Whoever had inhabited this place vanished eons ago, leaving only whispers of their existence behind. As I navigated through the debris, a glint caught my eye, something moving with intent among the ruins. A sleek craft, not unlike a predatory bird, peeled away from the wreckage. It was alien. The design was unlike anything I'd seen. It cut through space with an elegance that hinted at technology far beyond human grasp. Birk, any idea what we're looking at? I asked, heart drumming with a mix of excitement and trepidation. Analyzing. The signature is completely foreign. No matches found in the database. Birk replied, a hint of awe in its synthesized voice. As if sensing our presence, the alien craft altered its course, heading directly for us. Instinctively, I initiated evasive maneuvers, the freighter's thrusters roaring to life. I was not about to become cosmic debris. The craft matched our movements with unsettling precision, a cat-and-mouse game among the stars. Any ideas on how to lose our new friend, Birk? I asked, adrenaline sharpening my senses. There's a gravitational anomaly nearby. I suggest we use it to our advantage. Birk suggested, ever the strategist. I steered Aetherfall into the depths of the anomaly, a swirling mass of energy that defied all known laws of physics. It was a risk, but the alternative was a far more immediate danger. The craft followed, its silhouette illuminated by the eerie glow of the anomaly. Suddenly, the world inverted. Colors shifted, time stretched, and reality itself seemed to bend in ways that left my mind reeling. The anomaly spat us out into a sector of space that was simultaneously familiar and entirely alien. The alien craft, however, was nowhere in sight. We'd lost our tail, but the cost was an unsettling sense of displacement. Before us, hanging in the void, was a colossal structure of unimaginable scale, an alien megastructure that defied logic. Towers of crystalline lattice reached out like the fingers of a forgotten god, suspended in a sea of stardust. It was both beautiful and terrifying. "Looks like we found something," I murmured, gaze transfixed on the alien wonder. Indeed, preliminary scans suggest this structure emits a faint energy signal, Birk noted, clearly fascinated. Cautiously, I guided Aetherfall closer. The anticipation thrummed in my veins like an electric current. Whatever lay inside that structure could alter the course of human understanding forever, or it could be the end of me. But as any seasoned traveler knows, the only way forward is through, and so I pressed on. I docked the freighter at an exposed port, the ship's hull resonating with the hum of the megastructure's internal workings. As the airlock cycled, a mixture of anxiety and excitement settled in my chest. I could feel the weight of destiny in the very air. "You sure this is a good idea?" Birk asked, voice tinged with something resembling concern. "Nope. But when has that ever stopped us?" I replied with a grin, stepping through the threshold into the unknown. The interior was a kaleidoscope of luminescent corridors and chambers that seemed to shift with every step. The walls pulsed with an organic glow, casting ethereal patterns across my path. It felt like walking through the veins of a living entity, a place where past and future collided in a timeless dance. Deep within, a discovery awaited, an artifact, perhaps, or a new form of life. Whatever it was, it held the promise of revelation, of understanding the mysteries that had drawn me across the cosmos. Let's hope this isn't the day curiosity gets the better of us, I muttered, feeling the eyes of the universe watching, waiting. With each step into the heart of the megastructure, the echoes of an ancient world whispered around me, and I listened. My journey was only just beginning. Part 2. The Luminous Enigma. The corridors of the megastructure breathed around me, a silent symphony composed of light and shadow. Each step took me deeper into an interplay of luminescent veins, wrapping my thoughts in a cocoon of otherworldly beauty. It was as if the walls whispered secrets older than time itself, secrets that I felt compelled to unravel. Birk's holographic form flickered beside me, scanning our surroundings with practiced precision. "This place is unlike anything recorded. I've never seen such intricate integration of organic and artificial components," it observed, its voice tinged with awe. The path ahead twisted in impossible geometries, leading us into a vast chamber that opened like a celestial flower. In its center floated an orb, humming with an energy that resonated through the very air. It was mesmerizing, casting iridescent hues across the walls in a dance of celestial light. "Looks like we've found the heart of this mystery," I murmured, stepping towards the orb with a mixture of caution and curiosity. As I reached out, the orb reacted, shifting to reveal a vision of distant galaxies, swirling in a cosmic ballet. It was a map, an atlas of the universe etched in light, displaying pathways and nodes that defied human comprehension. This was something extraordinary. Before I could delve deeper, a rumble resonated through the chamber, vibrating up from the floor. A panel slid open across the room, revealing a procession of the alien lifeforms that inhabited this place. They were non-humanoid, their forms a tapestry of shifting colors and textures, resembling an ever-changing mosaic. "Guests at the party," Birk quipped dryly, analyzing the newcomers with rapid efficiency. The aliens communicated in a symphony of tones, their intent clear through a language woven from the frequencies of light and sound. My heart raced. It was a dialogue of the cosmos, an opportunity to bridge worlds. I had to tread carefully. "Greetings," I ventured, raising my hands in what I hoped was a universal sign of peace. The aliens hesitated, then responded by altering their hues, creating a tapestry of welcoming tones. Relief washed over me. They were curious, not hostile. This was the beginning of understanding, a tentative connection through shared wonder. As we exchanged our limited form of communication, the ground trembled again, more violently this time. Birk's sensors lit up in alarm. "The structure is destabilizing. We need to evacuate. Now," it urged, its voice urgent. I cast a glance at the aliens, torn between the desire for discovery and the pressing need for survival. I had to make a choice. Now. I gestured for them to follow, hoping they understood the urgency. They exchanged a series of vibrant colors, then moved in unison, joining our retreat. We raced through the corridors, the structure's symphony shifting into a cacophony of dissonance. The walls, once serene, pulsed erratically as if caught in a death throe. Each step was a reminder of the fragility of existence, a dance with destiny that left no room for error. "This place is falling apart faster than my last relationship," I quipped breathlessly, trying to lighten the weight of the moment. The docking bay was in sight when a section of the corridor collapsed behind us, sealing the path we had traversed. There was no turning back now. I threw a glance at my alien companions. Their forms flickered with determination, mirroring my resolve to escape the encroaching doom. As we reached the Aetherfall, I activated the airlock, ushering the newcomers on board. Their presence was a testament to a universe bigger than my own fears, a promise of what could be learned when walls were broken down. "Time to leave," I shouted over the din, sliding into the pilot's seat and engaging the thrusters with a surge of adrenaline. The ship tore free from the megastructure's grasp, the view outside spiraling into chaos as the grand edifice crumbled into the void. Even in destruction, it was beautiful, a testament to a civilization whose legacy had become part of the cosmic tapestry. As the debris field expanded behind us, I felt a mix of loss and triumph. We had escaped, but the mysteries of the structure lingered in the back of my mind, whispering of untold stories yet to be discovered. "Well, that was something," Birk remarked, its tone a balance between humor and relief. I glanced at the aliens, who watched the stars with a serene understanding. They were a part of this universe in ways I was only beginning to comprehend. Whatever came next, I knew this journey had only just begun. Our paths were now entwined. The future awaited, vast and infinite. Part 3, Starlight's Secret. As the Aetherfall drifted through the silence of space, the gravity of what had just occurred settled heavily in the cockpit. The alien megastructure, once a beacon of mystery, was now a field of cosmic debris, slowly scattering across the starlit expanse. Yet, even amidst the loss, there was an undeniable sense of opportunity, the promise of new alliances and understanding. The aliens had adjusted to their unexpected journey with a calm grace, their forms now settled in the cargo bay, radiating a gentle warmth that seemed to communicate a shared hope. I glanced over at Birk, whose projections were subtly attuned to their energy signatures, deciphering the nuances of their communication. It's fascinating, Birk said, a note of curiosity coloring its synthesized voice. Their entire language is an interplay of light and sound frequencies. We barely scratched the surface back there. I nodded, my gaze drifting out to the stars beyond. There's so much more we don't know. And that thought filled me with a sense of purpose that I hadn't realized I was missing. The console flickered with an incoming signal, an unexpected interruption to my musings. I accessed the communication feed, expecting another routine message from the trade networks. Instead, a voice crackled through the static, low and urgent. Aetherfall, this is the frigate Solstice. We've intercepted your coordinates and request immediate assistance. An anomaly, it's consuming this sector, the voice said, imbued with an edge of desperation. I exchanged a quick glance with Birk. Anomalies were never good news, especially if they involved consuming anything. Yet, here we were. Set a course. Let's see what we can do, I instructed, feeling the familiar rush of anticipation in my veins. The journey was brief, but hauntingly beautiful. As we neared the coordinates, the view transformed into a scene that could only be described as a cosmic waltz of chaos. The anomaly was a swirling vortex of light and shadow, pulsating with a rhythm that defied natural order. It was mesmerizing and terrifying all at once, a celestial beast tearing at the fabric of reality. Floating on the fringes of this turmoil was the Solstice, its hull caught in the anomaly's gravitational tendrils. The frigate trembled as its engines fought vainly against the pull. I hailed them, my voice steady despite the uncertainty. Solstice, this is Aetherfall. We're here to assist. What's your status? The response came quickly. Engines are failing. We've lost main power. If you can stabilize the anomaly or provide a tow. The voice trailed off, leaving the desperate reality unspoken. I surveyed the situation, mind racing through possibilities. The aliens, drawn by the urgency, had moved closer, observing the anomaly with renewed interest. Their presence was reassuring, a reminder that we were not alone in this daunting universe. Birk, any thoughts on calming this cosmic storm? I asked, already knowing the answer would be complicated. The anomaly's core is unstable, feeding off surrounding energy. If we can disrupt its rhythm, it might be enough to weaken its pull. Birk suggested, its holographic form flickering with concentration. As the plan formed, the aliens approached, their shimmering forms conveying a willingness to help. One extended a tendril-like limb, offering a crystalline fragment that shimmered with a resonance similar to the anomaly itself. A key of harmony, Birk interpreted, its voice laced with hope. Taking the fragment, I felt a connection to the anomaly, a pulse of energy flowing through me like a song sung to the stars. The aliens, it seemed, had transcended the unknown, weaving a symphony of understanding. Let's do this, I declared, feeding the fragment's energy into the Aetherfall systems. The ship responded, channeling the frequencies in a cascade of light that met the anomaly's turmoil head-on. The effect was immediate. The vortex shuddered, its chaotic dance faltering as it met the harmonic energies. The pull lessened, releasing its grip on the solstice with a reluctant sigh. Relief coursed through me, an exhilarating reminder of the wonders and dangers of exploration. With the anomaly stabilizing, the frigate powered up its systems, its captain's voice filled with gratitude. "You did it, Aetherfall. We're in your debt," he said, awe palpable in every word. I nodded, the weight of the moment settling in. This universe, for all its mysteries, had a way of surprising me at every turn. The aliens watched, their colors shifting in a silent farewell as they prepared to depart. Their journey and mine had intertwined for a brief, wondrous moment, a testament to the boundless possibilities of the cosmos. "Until our paths cross again," I said, feeling a kinship with these beings of light and sound. As the Aetherfall resumed its course through the stars, I leaned back, contemplating the myriad wonders and trials that lay ahead. The universe sprawled out before me, vast and infinite, promising endless tales yet untold. And I, ever the wanderer, would follow its call. Part 4. Shadows in the Nebula. The Aetherfall glided through the serene beauty of the Celestial Veil Nebula, a tapestry of vibrant gases weaving through the cosmos like an artist's dream. I guided the freighter with ease, my senses attuned to the subtle changes in the ship's rhythm as we navigated this living cloud of stardust. The nebula was both a refuge and an enigma, its swirling colors masking untold secrets and hidden dangers. Birk's presence flickered beside me, an ever-watchful companion. "Sensors are detecting unusual readings ahead," it noted, its voice a mix of curiosity and caution. I adjusted the ship's trajectory, cautious but intrigued. The nebula had a reputation for concealing anomalies and relics from bygone eras, treasures to some, traps to others. As we ventured deeper, the mists parted, revealing a hulking silhouette that loomed against the backdrop of stardust. It was a derelict vessel, larger than anything I had encountered before. Its hull was adorned with the scars of century-old battles, a testament to its resilience against time and the elements. The ghost ship hung in the nebula's embrace like a forgotten echo of a bygone age. "What do you make of it, Birk?" I asked, feeling the magnetic pull of the unknown. "It appears to be a lost battleship from the Epoch Wars, but there are modifications that defy contemporary understanding," Birk replied, its intrigue palpable. I brought the ship alongside the wreck, my heart beating with the thrill of discovery. As the docking procedure completed, I made my way to the airlock, anticipation mingling with caution. The ship's interior was likely a labyrinth of history and danger, but something deeper called out to me. As I stepped into the ancient corridors, the stillness was palpable, broken only by the faint hum of dormant systems. The air was thick with the scent of rust and forgotten battles, a reminder of lives lived and lost within these metal confines. I navigated through the shadows, guided by the flickering light of Birk, whose analysis illuminated relics of technology and weaponry that lined the walls. The deeper we ventured, the more evident it became that the modifications were not human. They were alien in origin, blending seamlessly with the ship's human design in an intricate ballet of engineering. "This isn't just a relic, it's a hybrid," I murmured, reaching out to touch the cold metal, feeling the history etched into its surface. A low whirring echoed through the chamber, followed by the sudden flicker of lights. Systems came alive, their dormant energy surging back to life as if sensing our presence. Birk's sensors lit up with a flurry of activity. We've triggered something. Power levels are rising across all decks, Birk warned, its tone growing urgent. Before I could respond, a section of wall slid open to reveal a chamber filled with consoles and a central platform that emitted a soft, pulsating glow. Atop it lay an artifact, its design both alien and exquisite, resonating with an energy that tugged at the very core of my being. "I think we found the ship's heart," I said, drawn towards the artifact's luminescent allure. But as I stepped forward, the ship shuddered, the hum of its systems turning erratic. Warnings flashed across Birk's interface, an alert to the ship's self-preservation protocol. The ancient vessel, with its hybrid consciousness, was awakening its defenses. "Time to go," I shouted, pivoting towards the exit as the ship's systems began to close off corridors, constricting our path back to the Aetherfall. The race against time was a blur of metal and adrenaline, each footfall echoing with urgency. Birk's guidance flickered beside me, urging me on as the ship's interior twisted into a maze of closing doors and flickering lights. Finally, the airlock loomed ahead, and I dove through just as it sealed shut behind me. The ship trembled beneath the strain, but I wasted no time, firing up the Aetherfall's engines and launching us back into the nebula's embrace. As we drifted away, the derelict battleship loomed in the rear view, its secrets locked once more beneath layers of mystery and time. I took a moment to regain my breath, the exhilaration of survival mixing with the lingering questions of what lay within that ancient hull. "Well, that was a close one," I breathed, feeling the weight of a narrow escape lift from my shoulders. Birk's presence steadied beside me, its holographic form stable once more. "Indeed, though I suspect this is not our final encounter with that relic," it replied, a note of anticipation in its voice. As the nebula's vibrant colors wrapped around us once again, I felt a renewed sense of purpose. The universe was vast and filled with enigmas that beckoned to be uncovered, and with allies both old and new, I was ready to embrace whatever mysteries awaited in the starlit void. The journey, as always, continued. Part 5. The Harmonic Convergence. The nebula's vibrant hues gradually dimmed as the Aetherfall slipped into the inky void beyond its embrace. In the silence of the cockpit, the whir of the ship's systems felt like a familiar lullaby, soothing the adrenaline still coursing through my veins. Yet, the encounter with the alien hybrid battleship lingered in my thoughts, a puzzle whose pieces were scattered across the cosmos. Birk's holographic form floated beside me, its glow a comforting presence in the darkness. "There's a station not far from our current trajectory," it noted, drawing my attention to the console. "We could use a moment to regroup, gather intel on that artifact we encountered." I nodded, setting a course for the station. A sprawling hub of activity suspended against the starry backdrop. Its silhouette was a complex web of docking bays, corridors, and antennae, pulsating with the rhythm of countless lives converging in this microcosm of the universe. Docking was a simple affair, and soon the familiar clatter of station life enveloped me as I stepped onto the bustling promenade. Voices mingled with the hum of machinery, creating a symphony of existence that felt at once chaotic and reassuring. This was a place of stories, of travelers and traders whose paths crisscrossed in the grand tapestry of space. Let's see what we can dig up, I said to Birk, the AI's sensors already scanning for any whispers of the battleship's legacy. We navigated the winding maze of stalls and taverns, gathering fragments of knowledge from merchants and spacers. The artifact's description elicited a mix of awe and fear, tales of its power and the civilizations that had sought to harness it. One story in particular caught my attention, a legend of the Harmonic Convergence, a phenomenon where the artifact's energy could unite disparate worlds and unlock pathways hidden within the folds of time. Seems we're chasing a myth, I mused, feeling a thrill at the prospect of uncovering history's secrets. A myth worth pursuing, it seems, Birk replied, its tone mirroring my excitement. Our search led us to a contact who claimed to have first-hand experience with the artifact's power, a reclusive scientist named Dr. Thalia Voss, whose research had been overshadowed by controversy and speculation. Her lab was tucked away in the station's quieter corridors, a sanctuary of innovation surrounded by the hum of experimental devices. Dr. Voss was a woman of indeterminate age, her eyes sharp and inquisitive beneath a tangle of silver hair. She greeted us with a mixture of skepticism and curiosity, her gaze lingering on Birk's holographic form. "I hear you're interested in the harmonic convergence," she said, her voice carrying the weight of someone who had seen dreams and nightmares in equal measure. "We encountered an artifact," I began, recounting the events aboard the battleship. Her interest piqued as I described the hybrid technology and the ship's defenses. "The convergence is more than just a myth," Dr. Voss said, her voice tinged with conviction. "It's a key, a bridge between realities, but it requires harmony, a balance of energies that few understand." She led us to her research, a chaotic symphony of data and equations. Among the controlled chaos lay fragments of her hypothesis, an intricate pattern that mimicked the resonance I'd felt when holding the artifact. It was beautiful, a scientific dance of light and sound that held the promise of bridging worlds. "This is the key?" I asked, drawn to the elegance of her work. "It's a start," she replied, her eyes gleaming with the excitement of discovery. "But we would need a specific alignment, a perfect convergence, to unlock its true potential." Our conversation stretched into the night cycle of the station, each word weaving a tapestry of possibility. The harmonic convergence was no longer a distant legend, but a tangible goal, a beacon that could illuminate the darkest corners of the universe. As I left her lab, the weight of the journey ahead settled on my shoulders. The cosmos was filled with secrets, and the path to unlocking them was fraught with challenges. Yet, I knew that with allies like Birk and Dr. Voss, the journey would be meaningful, no matter where it led. The stars awaited, and with them the promise of harmony. Part 6. The Tides of Time. The station drifted into the backdrop as Aetherfall resumed its journey through the stars, the vast expanse of space enveloping us once more. I felt a renewed sense of purpose ignited by our encounter with Dr. Voss and the tantalizing promise of the harmonic convergence. The universe stretched out before us, an uncharted sea of possibilities. Birk, ever the vigilant companion, monitored our course with keen precision. I've plotted a route based on the data Dr. Voss provided. There's a sector where gravitational waves suggest the potential for convergence, it said, a hint of excitement in its digital voice. The journey took us deep into the heart of a sector known for its unpredictable stellar phenomena, a place where time itself was said to dance to the beat of a different drum. As we approached, the Aetherfall sensors flared to life, detecting the subtle ripples in the fabric of space-time. It was as if the universe was holding its breath, waiting for the alignment that could unlock its secrets. Suddenly, the ship's systems flickered, dissonance rippling through the console. I grasped the controls, steadying the vessel as it was caught in the grip of unseen forces. This was it, the convergence unfolding. "We're in the heart of it," I said, voice tight with a mixture of awe and trepidation. "Keep us steady, Birk." As the ship stabilized, the view outside transformed into a cosmic kaleidoscope. Stars elongated into streaks of light, bending around an invisible center that pulsed with an ethereal glow. Time itself seemed to waver, moments stretching and contracting in a symphony of paradoxes. I reached for the artifact, the crystalline fragment given by the aliens, its resonance guiding us like a beacon. As it interacted with the convergence, a harmonic vibration filled the cockpit. It was a melody of existence, a rhythm that spoke to the heart of creation. Then, without warning, the shimmering vista split open, revealing a portal fringed with the light of countless possibilities. It was a gateway, an invitation to another realm, and the culmination of our journey thus far. "This is it," I breathed, the enormity of the moment pressing upon me. With a steady hand and a heart full of wonder, I guided the Aetherfall through the portal. The transition was seamless, a gentle caress as if the universe itself welcomed us into its deeper folds. We emerged into a realm unlike any I had ever imagined. The stars here shone with an intensity that defied description, their light casting vibrant patterns across a landscape of floating islands suspended in the void. Each island was a world unto itself, teeming with life and color. "Incredible," Birk murmured, its awe echoing my own. As we drifted closer to one of the islands, the sensors detected a signal, a beacon of sorts, broadcasting a sequence that harmonized with the artifact's own resonance. It was a welcome, a message from this realm of wonders. We landed on the island's surface, greeted by a serene landscape that whispered of ancient wisdom and endless possibility. The air was rich with the scent of alien flora, and the ground pulsed gently beneath my feet, as if alive with the energy of this place. "This must be the heart of the convergence," I said, stepping into the new world with a sense of reverence. The artifact pulsed in my hand, its glow merging with the ambient energy. It was as if it had found its home, a piece of the universe's grand puzzle, slotting into place. A figure emerged from the flora, their form a cascade of intertwining light and shadow. They approached with fluid grace, their presence both alien and familiar. As they drew near, I felt the resonance between us, a silent communication, a shared understanding that transcended words. "Welcome, traveler," they said, their voice a harmonious blend of tones. "You are a part of this symphony now." In that instant, I understood the truth of the convergence. It was not just a bridge between worlds, but a union of souls, a harmony that wove together the tapestry of existence. And I, with Birk and the Aetherfall, was now a thread in that infinite weave. The journey through the stars had led us here, to the heart of creation itself. And I knew, in this realm of wonder and discovery, our adventure was only beginning. Part 7, Echoes of the Eververse. In the luminous heart of the convergence realm, time seemed to lose its linearity, weaving in and out like a soft breeze. The figure of light and shadow who had welcomed us beckoned us deeper into the island's embrace. I felt like an unwritten note in a cosmic symphony, each step harmonizing with the land beneath me. Birk's presence mirrored the surroundings, its holographic form blending seamlessly with the radiant energies that danced around us. "This place is a nexus," it observed, its voice filled with a blend of curiosity and analytical precision. "A crossroad of realities." The landscape unfolded in a cascade of wonders, crystalline rivers that flowed with liquid light, flora whose petals whispered ancient stories, and skies painted with hues that defied description. Everything here pulsed with life, connected in a way that resonated with the core of my being. As we walked, the figure, an entity of pure energy and consciousness, shared their understanding of the realm's purpose. It was a sanctuary, a repository of knowledge and wisdom gathered from countless worlds. Here, the echoes of the universe converged, singing the stories of existence across dimensions. The Eververse, the entity explained, its voice like a gentle caress across my mind, a place where all paths meet and all truths are revealed. Intrigued, I wondered aloud what role I was meant to play here. The entity's response was both humbling and exhilarating. "You are a seeker, a weaver of stories. Your journey has brought you here, and now you hold the threads of countless possibilities." With each word, I felt the weight of responsibility and potential. The Eververse was a cauldron of creation, where ideas and dreams forged new realities. And I, drawn by the allure of discovery, was part of its ongoing narrative. The entity led us to a chamber within the island, a sanctuary of light where the energy was most concentrated. At its center stood a massive crystal, its facets alive with the shifting colors of the convergence. It was a repository of memories, a library of the cosmos. "This is the core," the entity said, gesturing towards the crystal. "Here, you can commune with the echoes of the Eververse." I approached with reverence, extending the artifact towards the crystal. As their energies intertwined, a vision unfurled, a tapestry of worlds and experiences, each a vibrant thread in the fabric of reality. It was overwhelming and beautiful, a testament to the boundless creativity of the universe. I glimpsed civilizations lost to time, their legacies woven into the fabric of existence. I saw futures yet to be written, their outcomes shaped by the choices of countless souls. And amidst it all, I recognized my own journey, a tiny but vital thread weaving through the grand design. Birk observed in silent wonder, its analytical mind processing the cascade of information. "This knowledge, it's beyond comprehension," it remarked, its voice tinged with awe. As I absorbed the visions, I realized the Eververse offered more than just insight. It was a call to action, an invitation to participate in the unfolding story of the cosmos. Each choice, each action was a note in the symphony that resonated across dimensions. "We are all echoes of the Eververse," I murmured, the truth settling into my soul like a forgotten melody remembered. The entity nodded, its form shimmering with approval. And so you understand. The journey continues, but your role within it has deepened. As we departed the sanctuary, the island's landscape seemed to glow with renewed vibrancy, the energy of the Eververse flowing through every particle. My heart swelled with the knowledge that our adventure was part of something far greater, a dance of creation and discovery that spanned the breadth of time and space. With the Aetherfall ready to explore new horizons, I felt a sense of peace and purpose. The cosmos awaited, rich with stories yet untold, and I was ready to follow the call of the Eververse, trusting the stars to guide our way. The echoes of the Eververse sang in harmony, and I, with every step, became part of their timeless song. Part 8. Resonance of the Forgotten. Departing the Eververse's embrace, the Aetherfall journeyed into the dark expanse of space, its hull cutting through the void with quiet determination. There was a new sense of clarity within me, the glowing echoes of the Eververse still vibrating within my soul. Yet, as with every great discovery, new questions emerged, enticing whispers of deeper mysteries awaiting us in the cosmic sea. Birk's holographic glow illuminated the cockpit, its presence a reassuring constant. "I've detected an anomaly on the edge of this sector," it announced, its voice a blend of intrigue and caution. "Something is interacting with the ship's resonance frequencies." I adjusted our course, curiosity piqued. The anomaly seemed to pulse with a familiar energy, reminiscent of the harmonics we had experienced within the Eververse. It was as if the universe was weaving a new tapestry for us to explore, inviting us to unravel its secrets. As we approached, the anomaly came into view, a swirling nebula of deep purples and blues, shimmering with an inner light that danced across its gaseous tendrils. It was beautiful, and yet there was something inexplicably haunting about it, a melody of forgotten time echoing from its depths. "Looks like we're not the first to be drawn here," I said, noting the silhouettes of derelict ships ensnared within the nebula's embrace. They floated silently, mausoleums of the past, their surfaces etched with the scars of time. We maneuvered carefully through the spectral graveyard, the Aetherfall weaving between hulks of ancient vessels and forgotten technology. My senses were alive with the promise of discovery, the possibility that among this cosmic detritus lay the answers to questions unasked. Suddenly, the ship's sensors flared, detecting a signal that pulsed from the heart of the nebula. It was a beacon, faint yet persistent, whispering a tale of endurance and hope. Following its call, we drew closer, the nebula's energy resonating through the hull like a distant song. "The signal is a distress call," Birk observed, its tone one of surprise. "But it's ancient, predating any known civilization in this quadrant." Intrigued, we traced the signal to its source, a forgotten outpost perched upon an asteroid, its structure a blend of alien architecture and human design. It was a relic of a bygone era, yet still alive with the flickering lights of its systems, defying the passage of time. As we landed, I felt the weight of history pressing down upon me, the air thick with the stories of those who had come before. The outpost was a time capsule, a snapshot of lives intersected in their quest for the unknown. "Let's see what secrets this place holds," I said, stepping into the entryway with a mix of anticipation and reverence. The interior was a labyrinth of corridors and chambers, each filled with artifacts and remnants of a forgotten age. The walls were adorned with glyphs and symbols, their meanings obscured by time, but resonating with a familiar energy that tingled along my skin. In the central chamber, a console flickered to life, its interface displaying a wealth of data. It spoke of a project dedicated to the study of resonance frequencies, a pursuit of understanding the very fabric of reality itself. This outpost was a research hub, Birk noted, its sensors absorbing the wealth of information. They were attempting to harness the energy of the universe, much like the Eververse. As I sifted through the data, I uncovered a name repeated throughout the logs, the Resonators. They were a group of scientists and explorers who believed that by tuning into the universe's harmonic frequencies, they could unlock new dimensions of reality. Their work was bold, a testament to humanity's endless curiosity and ambition. Yet, the logs also hinted at a warning, a fracture in their harmony that had led to their downfall. The resonance they sought to master had turned against them, a reminder of the delicate balance between creation and destruction. A cautionary tale, I mused, feeling the gravity of their lesson. With the data secured, we returned to the Aetherfall, the nebula's embrace still pulsing with the echoes of those who had dared to dream outside the boundaries of the known. As we departed, I pondered the path that lay ahead. The universe's mysteries were vast and layered, each discovery a stepping stone towards deeper understanding. But with knowledge came responsibility, a duty to heed the lessons of the past, even as we forged into the unknown. The cosmos was a symphony, and we were its resonate echoes, each note a reflection of the infinite possibilities within the dance of stars. Part 9. The Celestial Altar. The Aetherfall slipped silently from the nebula's spectral grasp, the weight of the Resonator's legacy still heavy in our thoughts. The haunting symphony of their endeavor resonated through the hull, each note a reminder of the fine line we tread between discovery and peril. As starlight bathed the ship in its eternal glow, a new waypoint emerged, a location suggested by the data recovered from the outpost, marked on star charts with an ancient emblem that whispered of mystic significance. Birk's projection flickered beside me, its luminescent form juxtaposed against the infinite canvas of space. The coordinates point to a sector rumored to hold the Celestial Altar, it explained, analytical curiosity tinging its synthesized voice. The Celestial Altar, a place shrouded in myth, said to be an interstellar sanctuary where the boundaries between the corporeal and the ethereal blurred. It was a beacon to those guided by the pursuit of cosmic understanding, rumored to hold the keys to accessing dimensions beyond the veil of known reality. The journey was a delicate dance through sectors marked by gravitational anomalies and swirling cosmic dust, each waypoint a step closer to the heart of this enigmatic sanctuary. As the Aetherfall approached the designated coordinates, the space around us shimmered with an otherworldly light, the very fabric of reality seeming to ripple with anticipation. Finally, the altar came into view, a colossal structure floating amidst the stars, its form a tapestry of spiraling towers and intricate arches, each surface etched with ancient runes that glowed with a soft, pulsating light. It was both architectural marvel and cosmic enigma, a place where the universe sang its deepest secrets. "This is it," I murmured, an awe-filled whisper that filled the cockpit. "The celestial altar." We docked at one of the altar's vast platforms, the airlock cycling with a silent grace befitting this sacred place. Stepping onto the platform, I felt an immediate connection to the energy surrounding us, a harmonious resonance that echoed the rhythm of the Eververse, yet distinct in its complexity. Birk hovered beside me, its sensors alight with data. The energy signatures here are extraordinary, an interplay of frequencies aligning in perfect harmony. It noted, its voice tinged with a mix of reverence and disbelief. We ventured deeper into the altar, following the pull of its resonance through corridors adorned with luminous glyphs, each passageway leading us further into the heart of this celestial mystery. The air was alive with a vibrational hum, a symphony of the stars that thrummed beneath the surface of consciousness. In the central chamber, we found the altar itself, an intricate construct of interlocking rings, each rotated by unseen forces, hovering above a crystalline pool that mirrored the constellations above. This was the epicenter, a convergence point where dimensions folded together in an elegant cosmic dance. Incredible. I breathed, the magnitude of the moment settling over me like stardust. As I approached, the rings began to shift, their rotation synchronizing with the resonance of the artifact we carried. The crystalline pool shimmered, casting reflections that seemed to ripple through time and space. The altar responded to our presence, its energies aligning with the Eververse's harmonics, weaving a bridge between realities. I felt the echoes of the resonators, their work a distant memory now resonating with renewed purpose. "The convergence is happening," Birk said, a note of wonder in its voice. The air electrified with potential, the room alive with the chorus of the cosmos. In that instant, the altar opened a window, a vision of possibilities unfurled before me, glimpses of worlds interconnected through the universal song. We are all part of this grand design. I realized the truth resonating through every fiber of my being. As the vision faded, the altar's hum crescendoed, a final salute to the seekers who dared to dream beyond their stars. The path was now clear, an invitation to journey further into the wonders of the cosmos, guided by the melody of existence itself. We returned to the Aetherfall, the stars awaiting our next step into the great unknown. With each new discovery, we wove ourselves deeper into the universe's tapestry, part of a harmony that spanned the very fabric of reality. And so, with hearts attuned to the celestial song, we pressed onward, ever guided by the resonance of the stars.